welcome to Two Dudes One Garage. By the way, if you didn't know, now you know. My name is Leo, and
We got still Alex.
yeah, it's still last name Alex. No,
I haven't been replaced.
First name still, last name Alex. No, but anyways, last podcast, I'm gonna recap real quick. We talked about Terra Luna and how like depressing it was, and just people, losing their fortunes. So, to that, we're gonna need this. So we're gonna have bought a bottle of Blantons. People don't know what Blantons is. It's pretty much a limited release of like bourbon. And it's
Buffalo Trace.
From Buffalo Trace, and it's collectibles. They have like these little like horses, you know what I mean, like, and they have little letters on them. And I think it spells out Blantons or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, and then little horses have different actions on them.
They have a little display thing
Yeah.
that you can put them in.
You can put the little action, so it shows like the horse strides as it's racing. It's really good. Really hard to get. I mean, if you could find it at stores for retail, you've won the lottery. Go get yourself a lottery ticket. But if you don't, and you're lucky, you have to fall into the secondary market where like liquor stores or online sales will double to triple the price on it, depending. And I think it depends also on like the letters, like the actual how hard it is to get a letter. That's a good little quick,
Yeah. Bland's is great. I'm thankful he's sharing with me. It's good stuff. Let's see here.
Pour as much as you want, dude.
That's probably good. It's a very iconic. A lot of people go for that for just like grenade style, and it's from Buffalo Trace, which is a good distillery whiskey. They have a bunch of other good ones, like Eagle Rare and Hancock and Stag Jr. So Blantons is a good one. I've seen a lot of like people go into retail stores and be like, "Where's your Blantons? I know you're hiding in the back," and all this stuff. And it's like you just feel bad for the people working there because they found like a cool bottle online and they like, "Oh, I'm smart and entitled and like I make enough money that I deserve it," right? So I've literally seen that a bunch of times in stores, which is so funny and awkward.
People are weird, man.
Yeah. So, anyways, but it's good. It is good stuff. I mean, if you don't know anything, then you think this is the Holy Grail, and it's pretty good. So.
Cheers.
Pretty mellow. A lot of vanilla on it. Obviously smoke, leather, wood, like all the typical bourbon notes. It is single barrel, which usually like there's a selection process which they'll kind of take certain barrels, and if they're better, they'll continue to mature them. If not, they'll like mix them together with other stuff, or maybe they'll do their lower end like Buffalo Trace, which is still great. I can definitely taste like the entry level Buffalo Trace in this, the nice spice and everything. I mean, it's a little bit better. Whiskey sometimes goes down really hard. This doesn't nearly as much. So I can see like why a lot of people that don't know a ton about whiskey, like this is just like their favorite thing of all time. So it is very good. I will say that. So thanks for sharing.
Hey, no worries, bro.
So
yeah, like you said, it's really smooth, really good. You can taste the vanilla flavoring. Everything's good. It's not like you're taking a shot of Jack Daniels or like a shot of Jim Beam where it's like just like grinding your throat and palate, you know.
I actually taste no burn.
No burn.
It can, but not much.
It can, yeah. I think it's been aerated today. It's been open a few times before.
Dipping the honey.
Yeah. Putting their hands in the cookie jar, before we got it into the podcast. But it's good. Good bottle. If I run into it again, I'll buy it. Cheers. If I don't, then I'll just don't buy it. I can't buy it. But this is my second time running into it at the grocery stores. I'm not gonna say where. Yeah. But it's in
Indonesia.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
in the Bahamas.
Yeah. It was in a deserted island in the Sahara, but I found it.
Grocery store.
Yeah. But anyways, it was in there, and bought it retail price. No upcharge, no secondary market.
Very hard to do.
Yeah.
So
it's like a unicorn.
Oh, once again, thank you, Leo. I know I've brought lots of fun things, a lot of fun alcohol. And I'm sure there'll be more. So I just thought I'd touch on this since we've talked about market cap, we talk about coins, and we're talking the previous episode of like the top 100 Bitcoin wallets and like how much money are in all those and lots of amounts. So this is the top assets by market cap, and we haven't really done this yet. So we got gold at 11.5 trillion, and its price, and I believe it's per ounce. I don't know, but it's like $1,800. And we got Saudi Americo, which I assume is oil, but I'm not sure. It's probably a conglomerate.
Come on, man. Saudi, bro. It's oil, dude.
Well, right, but when you have that much money, it's usually like a conglomerate of lots of things. They start buying out like,
Resort,
everything else. Yeah,
country.
right.
Yeah.
When you have that much money, it's like you're not even diversifying. You're like accidentally tripping on stuff and buying things. Like whoops. And then we got Apple. I used to work in a mall, and like people would line up for every phone, like hundreds of people deep. So
I was those people.
yeah. So if you have hype like that for a decade, like yeah, you're going to be one of the most successful companies, and they are. And I don't know. Why'd you say F them?
Forget Apple, you know what I mean? Because, they are a powerhouse. I mean, they're literally $1 trillion. And, like, I would think when they're in the hundreds of billions, I was like, man, they're going to take over the world. They can literally have the GDP of a small country, or if anything, most of, like, small countries in Europe or, or Asia or whatever. But, yeah, that's a lot of money.
$1
Like,
trillion is insane.
$1 trillion, like. And all you do is make money. Like literally, your phones are a printing press. Like literally, they print money, and then you're not just even in like the whole cellular. You know what I mean? You're on the computers. You're into the
Software and stuff. Yeah.
And then they came out with this little thing called peripherals. Like, what is that? What is a peripheral? Oh, I'll tell you what a peripheral is. It's a watch, headphones. They're gonna come out with glasses soon.
For sure.
Augmented reality.
Well, they would keep trying, and Google's done it. We'll
Yeah.
see. Once the product is great, right?
Of course, it takes time. I mean, I remember when I was like young and like cell phones, you had the Nokia. You're playing Snake on this Nokia phone or whatever.
It made calls.
Yeah, it made calls.
That's about it.
T9 texting, 1 2 3, 1 2 1 2. Anyways, and it was a dream to have FaceTime. It was a dream to have internet, and like let alone like be able to watch movies on your phone, man. That was a dream. It wasn't even real. It was like
iPod.
it was like iPod came out. It was like, oh, I have music on portable music, and I don't have to worry about scratching it. Like
Put 1,000 songs.
Exactly.
Thousands.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing technology.
Yeah, it was great technology, and it was a dream back then to have all this that we have now, and that was like what, less than a decade ago?
Yeah.
Maybe a decade.
Well, for
Less than a decade.
iPod, like
It was around the 2000, like
2005.
2005, 2006 for sure.
Yeah.
That's when the U2 iPod came out, I think, around that time. Anyways, think about that, and then think about like 5 years from now, and then you'll have like VR glasses. Like we'll be sitting here, and we'll be able to upload what we see in our vision into the YouTube.
I want to throw like a digital
hologram
board, like
hologram.
Tony Stark has. So
Yeah,
you can pull
yeah,
it
yeah.
around
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah.
and
Hologram,
type
yeah.
up there and send a questionable pic.
Yes. So they have augmented reality, which that is you're in your reality, but you have floating objects, and then you have virtual reality, which is like you're completely submersed in another world, right? Augmented reality I like because it's more like you can use it as your daily thing. Practical, very practical. Good word, practical. Yeah. Virtual reality is like you have to be stationed somewhere and strapped down, make sure you don't fall off a cliff or a balcony or something. You know what I mean? Or running your TV. But anyways, yeah. So Apple's gonna come out with that, and man, add a couple more T's to that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna run it, dude. They're gonna run that augmented reality. It's gonna be amazing.
Between these three, Apple, Microsoft, and Google, I think.
Fang, bro.
Fang,
bro.
Somebody will master that for sure.
Fang it, dude.
Yeah.
Well, Facebook isn't on here because they're just too political, dude. Forget those guys. But anyways,
It's up there somewhere.
It's somewhere. I mean, it's probably in the
not gonna
top.
take that
Yeah,
long.
it's not gonna take long. It's probably in the top 20. We're not gonna lie. It's in the top 20. Like it's not. But anyways, yeah. So these three are very powerhouses. Like they're the future of entertainment and a way of life.
We got some silver, Amazon.
Yeah.
Tesla.
Silver, Amazon, Tesla,
And then
Berkshire Hathaway. You got the.
Bitcoin.
And then you got
Number 10.
Bitcoin, and then this is where it starts getting dicey, dude, because you have you have legit stock, blue chip stocks, and then you end up running into Bitcoin, where like people are like, Bitcoin, dude, like that's like isn't that a scam? Like you can't even use Bitcoin. It's not even real, But then it is real because it's in the top 10 of the world's top Fortune 500.
It's amazing.
Fortune. I want to start calling them Fortune T100s because they're like in the trillions now.
Yeah, wild. It's wild, man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then you have TSMC, dude.
Yep.
Taiwan Semiconductor.
Yep.
What's up?
Yep. So I just thought this would be interesting to compare and contrast. We've been looking at coins a lot and everything. Put in perspective, we got Johnson & Johnson and Visa and NVIDIA, Tencent, Exxon, Procter & Gamble, Walmart, S&P, Chase, Samsung, Nestle, MasterCard, and Home Depot, Bank of America, Coke, and then 37 is Ethereum. And I thought that was like pretty significant too. There's a bunch of headlines and articles and stuff that is bigger than a lot of banks, Bank of America and all that stuff, because it was even bigger than Chase for a while when like it was at its all-time high. So it's bigger than a lot of things, and that's what people forget. Like Ethereum is bigger than most financial systems in the world, which is not something to sleep on. I mean, a lot of people are like, what is that? And it's kind of slowly creeping and taking over. So I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of years that thing's like shot up way higher. Like as long as it doesn't pull any crazy falling apart like some other cryptos, but it shouldn't. It's pretty established by now, and people love it and working on it like crazy. So yeah, I don't know if we need to go into any more to this. We just got comparative to all the cryptos we've been talking about, all these other industries and how much money. I mean, $1 trillion companies are pretty wild. I mean, it's hard to even really understand when a company is worth like, 100 billion, much less $1 trillion. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You got to be successful some of these companies were successful for, a century with oil. It took a long time. The Rockefellers and stuff, they've been rolling money into things, for centuries. Like, oh, now we have this big company, right? So it took a long time before some of these came out, like the Walmarts of the world, I mean, it's dynasties and centuries of stuff happening before that kind of wealth can be made. So just interesting stuff.
Yeah, and if you're a company and maybe 10 years ago, if you hit the $1 billion mark, you were a big company at that point. You actually had eyes on you, and other companies would, they knew you had a lot of market cap dominance, and all, not just in like your market cap, but like in the market that you were in.
Yeah.
But now it's like 1 billion is anything. Like, you know what I mean? We have coins. We have we have garbage coins that are $1 billion, and they do nothing at all. So to be part of the big T club, back up and see where it starts, where you end up joining the T club.
Oh gosh, it's very few. I wanted to see the opposite, right? So
Okay,
the top
okay.
100, we got like 130 billion. So it's still
That's still a lot of money.
100 billion
Yeah.
is a lot of money, right?
Yeah. So the T club is how many clubs? How many people are? How many members are part of this Illuminati right here?
So the top 50, you're looking at 200 billion. That's kind of the cutoff. Right?
Yeah, that's
right
that's 200 billion.
So we got Toyota, which runs the world of cars.
Yeah, Tesla's creeping up though.
I mean, we're already looking, like the top 30's like right under 300 billion.
Yeah.
And then we start to get into real serious money. So the top 10's not even half a trillion. So
it is half a trillion.
Well, okay, so it's half a trillion.
Yeah, it's Bitcoin. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then we got the top 7 $500 billion.
Wow, 7 companies in the world.
And gold's not even
Yeah, so
Silver's not
the
even-
top five if you exclude gold and silver, top five companies we're looking at. We're looking at Saudi Aramco, which is probably like a ETF. It's a bunch of companies in a one, oil and like probably a bunch of other stuff. Then Apple, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon are in a $1 trillion club.
And that's it.
And then Tesla's creeping up, dude. As soon as Tesla gets their whole solar battery and all that stuff set up in their gigafactories and stuff, and they get the actual where you can actually buy a Tesla and get it in 30 days and not wait like 6 months, it'll join the T Club for sure. Oh yeah, T Club. I mean, Toyota is gonna stay down there, but Tesla's
They
gonna
have
keep
the
on.
most potential growth out of everybody here.
Everybody,
for sure.
yeah, they're the future. They're the future for sure. And then I'm waiting for a couple more companies to creep up too, like Elon's SpaceX. SpaceX. How much do you think a SpaceX would be worth, dude, if it actually went public? You think it would be like automatic, like 100 or like 100 billion, or would it just go straight to like half a billion? You know what I mean? Like,
How much do you think it's worth now?
oh, let's look it up. 100 billion. See, like 100 billion evaluation, dude. I guessed it. Shit, that's crazy. That was just a shot in the dark too.
Raise fresh funds are at
Yeah.
125.
Yeah, 125 billion. And that's just entry. Like that's not even talking about like the average person buying into this, you know what I mean? That 100 billion is just literally like early investors going in and saying, "Okay, we're going to put, this many millions to get the shares before it IPOs." And then when it IPOs, who knows what happens when it IPOs, man.
Yeah. If it will. I mean,
It will eventually. They just need to tighten it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They need to stop
So
stop playing around
anyways,
and get these.
fun article looking at comparing
Yeah,
the rest of finance.
yeah. So crypto's it's not doing bad. I mean, even
It's
everything.
trillion.
I mean, even if you look at everything, the whole picture, if you just take a step back and you're like, okay, all right, crypto's down. That sucks. Like, but everything's down. It's not just crypto. Like we're talking about Apple. We're talking about Google. They're all down. They're all down, and they're not down by like 1%. They're down by like 5%.
Yeah.
Everything's down just because the economy. So what's happening right now is the rich, the 1% in the world, are pulling their money out, and they're waiting on. Like I like to say, is that governments don't rule the world.
Yeah.
The owners of the banks rule the world. And those are the billionaires that pull their money out because governments are literally raising their rates.
Yeah. I'll just wait till it's a better.
Exactly.
For me.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm pulling my money out. We'll play this game. Okay, you want to raise your rates. You want to make more money off me.
Yeah.
With my money because I'm a bank and I loan the government money. Or they peg their money to crypto's not the.
Peg fell out.
Crypto's not the only one getting pegged here, everybody. It's the government and the banking system, too. They're pegging each other, vice versa, and then they're pegging everybody else back. You know what I mean? They don't just peg each other. They peg the world. You know what I mean? We can edit that out, but I think that's amazing. Pegging the world, dude. And it's not and for the old timers, it's not a JPEG that I'm talking about.
I don't know. Maybe we stick with it that it is. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. But
if you do, at your own discretion.
yeah, definitely don't. At the end of the day, I just thought this was a cool chart, so we're about done with this. But it gives you, perspective, something to think about, whether it's up or down or trending sideways. That's about what they're worth. So, it's a good thing to know if you're doing finance anyways, to kind of see what you're looking at.